Meeting to order. Judy, could you take a roll, please?
Yes.
Again?
Neil Butnick.
Here.
Judy Neville. Tom Schulte.
Here.
Amy Carroll. Here. Todd Lavieri.
Still here.
Michael Chin is on still. Yes. And Chris Labrie.
Here.
Victor Alvarez.
Here.
Marie's not here. Bob Hamill's still on.
Yep.
Colin Dobbin and Kevin Monahan. Okay, all present that need to be.
Okay. Is Tim Hollister here? I don't know Tim Hollister. Is Tim?
Yeah,
Oh, he's-
Mr. Chairman, this is Tim Hollister. Can you hear me?
Yes,
Yeah.
Tim. Thank you. Okay.
When I try to start my video, I'm getting a box that says you cannot start your video because the host has stopped it.
No, we're getting you up. Hold on just 1 minute. We have to end one and start the other.
Thank you.
Is Brian part of your team as well?
Yes.
Tucker, just a procedural question. Are there many more? Are there any new people on the call? Do I need to redo the intro that I did at 7?
No, it's pretty much the same.
Have they? Okay.
Okay.
Well, then
All right.
that's, yeah.
All right. Well, again, as we know, and Tim, the floor is yours, although I just want to make sure everybody realizes what we have here, which is the application for the large multifamily development. You're speaking to the New Canaan Water Pollution Control Authority, obviously the WPCA. We are also in another capacity, the Board of Finance. We're here to hear the application, hear your presentation. This is not a Q&A. We aren't going to be doing follow-up questions unless there's some specific clarity. I suppose we could have something, but for the most part, this is the beginning. And we're going to start with your presentation, and then we'll take our time over the next 60 days or so to do our homework to answer the question as it relates to the water and sewer capacity to handle this project.
Very good. Thank you, Mr. Chair. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm Attorney Tim Hollister with the law firm of Hinckley Allen in the Hartford office. I'm representing 751 Weed Street LLC and WE Partners LLC. Paul Stone, who I believe is actually in person in the room where you are, is the applicant's representative. With me on the technical side tonight is Len DeAndrea, who I see on the screen. He is with DeAndrea Survey and Engineering, Riverside, Connecticut, and they were the ones who prepared the technical aspects of the report. I sat and listened to your budget meeting for 45 minutes. So as the saying goes, now for something completely different. I've appeared before WPCAs around the state. I don't believe that I've appeared before a Board of Finance acting as the WPCA. So let me start by expressing my sympathies for your being thrust into this role. We're going to be very brief, as you suggested, Mr. Chair. You should all have a copy of our January 25th application package. We tried to make it tidy and succinct, but I will summarize as follows. Property that is being proposed for redevelopment is 751 Weed Street, slightly more than 3 acres at the corner of Weed and Elm, presently developed with a fairly large single-family home and a pool house, and most important for your purposes, connected to the public sewer system. However, the sewer from this property discharges through an easement that runs through private property east of the 751 along private lots on Elm Street, and then into Elm Street itself and the public right-of-way. And that is shown with a yellow highlight in tabs 4 and 5 of the application materials. The proposal is to first relocate the sewer connection from the private properties along Elm Street directly into the Elm Street public right-of-way that would proceed from the subject property to the east to match up with the existing connection in Elm Street, and then to allocate sewer capacity sufficient to handle 102 proposed residential apartment homes in one building. And General Statutes 7-246 little a is the mechanism for doing that. And as you mentioned, Mr. Chair, the timeframe for that in the statute is 65 days from tonight to process the application. So let me just now turn it over to Mr. DeAndrea for a very brief explanation of the technical points of the application. Len?
There we go. Good evening. My name is Leonard DeAndrea. I'm a Connecticut professional engineer, and I've been practicing for about 44 years. It sounds like a lot. And as a professional engineer for 35 years. What we would like to do is relocate this sewer out into Elm Street as a collector. So in time, if other people need to tie into, it'll be available to them. And we designed it in accordance with the town standards and industry standards. We took the unit counts. We looked at the typical or conservatively looked at it with 2 people per bedroom. So we looked at the bedroom mix. When you add all that up, you come up with a contribution of about 23,500 gallons per day. That equates to about 0.38 cubic feet per second. So then from that point on, we'll be working with the sewer department to demonstrate as you go down the line that this project will not overtax the sewage treatment plant is one. And then looking at each leg of the sewer line, presently they're asking us to look at about 2,300 linear feet. And then we'll look at all those different segments and make sure that we are not exceeding their limited capacity, a certain depth of the pipe based on contributions from all the various neighborhoods tying into it. The existing house right now is about, I think it's a 7 or 8, I think it's an 8-bedroom home. So as a comparison, presently it's only contributing about 1,200 gallons per day. So there's certainly an increase. And then our job is to make sure that that increase is acceptable to the town of New Canaan. Not sure if is there any more detail you'd like to know other than the design itself? We'll be meeting with the DPW next week, but everything we've done in our plans is based on their typical design standards. We've added details to our sheets, and we'll be reviewing that in detail next week.
Okay.
As I said, we're not really doing questions at this point. We're literally seeing this for the first time. We're not going to just, speculate and throw questions out and all the rest of it. What we will begin the process working with Department of Public Works, with engineering. We may get some outside advisors, whatever we need to do to make sure we can do our job in our capacity.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This is Tim Hollister, and that's all we have to present tonight. Happy to answer any questions now or continue to, I would say, as Mr. DeAndrea mentioned, that there will be some technical interaction with the town staff. I might respectfully suggest something on the order of a 30-day continuance after tonight. And obviously, you know your agenda's much better than we do, but I don't want to interfere with your important budget responsibility. So if you think a special meeting would be an easier way for us to consider this, we're certainly open to that.
Yeah, we'll map out a schedule between now and whatever it takes to get the job done, and then work through. Who do we work through to coordinate that?
Tucker.
Through Tucker, Murphy, to coordinate whatever schedule we have to figure out really in the months of March and April.
Okay, well, that's all we have then. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Okay, we're good. Okay, so we can have a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Oh, yeah, go ahead, Amy.
I'm making a
Oh,
motion.
making a motion to adjourn. That's the fastest I've ever seen.
So moved.
Amy, so moved. Second. All right, all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None? Okay. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.